probably be only on for another
communicating
30,
with her
40
in some
minutes.
way. Something tells me she has a part to play in all of this.
Okay, so in this, I learned that you do not need to vault off the wall twice. You can vault off it once. In any case, you're pressing up and left, the diagonal in between, and you can kind of... You can't do like an immediate double jump, or else you kind of grab onto that. You kind of have to delay your double jump. Not by a ton, like you don't need to extend it like crazy, but you do need to wait a second. And then after that you can immediately start grappling. This is the weird part. I haven't gotten it down to a science, but as far as I can tell, you want to go closer towards the end of your swinging arc, away from the screen than here. And then it's some combination of back and right, because you need to have your momentum to go backwards far enough. And then once you get to here, you're basically trying to fall in bounds there. That was incredibly weird. So normally that doesn't happen. Normally you would end up dying there from death collision. I'll definitely have to take a look at that and see what exactly happened there. The most likely things that I've seen to get back in bounds is sometimes you dive punch after an avalanche punch, but more often than not, it's due to a double stomp. If you can stomp twice using L2 and X at the right time, you'll be able to stomp inbounds in that same place that I was at. If you want to make this more consistent, this thing right here, you don't really need to, but you could do a double rappel off the wall. But this thing is typically more like that, is usually what happens. And I haven't really nailed down the exact angle you're supposed to hold. I remember going through this that I started holding... See, that was me holding a little bit of right near the end of it, and then actually when I started mashing, I was pressing up and right. So I can't say for sure how exactly this works, but doing that double stomp is a way to get in bounds, and that seems a bit more consistent than doing the avalanche punch. As for this section, there's a couple ways to approach this. In this place, you can either go over this wall pretty simply, and I'm pretty sure that an extended backwards double jump will get you there as well. Once you get to here, you can come over here and do an extended backwards double jump, just a normal one. Yeah, it looks like you need to do a 2 cycle. I don't think you can do it in 1. I guess I could check that. Okay, yeah, you need to do a 2 cycle, unless I can... Yeah, okay, so you need to do a 2 cycle to get over this fence. Once you get over this fence, there's a dead body. You pick up the item on that dead body and then restart. If you just pick it up and come over here, the imps will spawn, but this won't be activated, so you have to get back over this invisible wall and then trigger it. If you restart after picking it up, the game assumes that you picked up the first one, and it respawns the bridge here and gets rid of the invisible wall, and you can get over it that way. And basically that just is a way to trick the game into thinking you get 2 keys. That's the easy way. However, with the backwards double jump, there's another strat that works out pretty well. You can use a single holy water to get on top of this cliff here. So it's punch, holy water, and you don't need to hold anything to do that. After that, we're going to do a direct launch. So it's like square X to direct launch. Then do our avalanche punch, turning around. Then do a direct attack, avalanche punch again, while still turned around. Then after that, a area swing into backwards double jump. So it's an extended backwards double jump starting off of a direct attack on top of this wall. But you need to spin as you do it. And if everything goes well, you can either land on top of the invisible wall that you normally had to shadow charge off of, or if you get good enough height, you can typically end up on the actual other side of the bridge itself. That was kind of weird. Maybe I'll have to examine that last thing I just did there. It looks like there's no invisible wall off of that bridge until you actually do some stuff with it. But once again, just a single punch into direct attack to get up here. Then it's direct launch, turn around, avalanche punch, direct, avalanche punch, swing. And that time I accidentally held the button rather than just swinging. But you do an area swing and then a backwards jump. Hey, what's up, Joefish? Yeah, I'm basically giving myself reminders. That sucked. Forgot that I didn't have holy water up. Okay. But more often than not, you'll either land on top of the invisible wall there, or you'll end up on the other side. Either one is acceptable. Once you get to here, you have a few options. The best option that I found is to do a double cycle backwards jump, going back and to the left. Up here is a cliff that you can land on that normally you would climb to with a short time. Up there is a Brotherhood member normally, but obviously we do not need him, so we end up back here. If you try to do another sequence in order to get to this place, oftentimes Death Collision will spawn in this area and prevent you from going up. From here, there's a few things that you can do, but here's the options. The options is if you get up high enough, you'll see that there are cliffs that you can grab up there that you would normally get, but we're trying to go higher. What we're trying to do is go from this position on the screen, we're trying to go towards the right, not on the joystick right, although that kind of goes in that direction anyway. But basically towards the right side of the screen, because if we do a direct launch, for example, we can activate that grapple point and grab there. Grabbing the ledge here or behind us is another option if we fail this technique, but this technique seems fine if you do a direct launch. And you don't even have to do an extended double jump, you just have to do a direct launch into some avalanche punches. But that's basically how we're going to go about doing this part. This dungeon, or this arena, seems mostly revolved around just time more than anything else. I don't think you have to actually kill the imps, although it could be a good place to farm out some extra items if you become deficit on them.